everyone, and welcome to the iSpring Solutions webinar series, where every week we talk about e-learning trends, share iSpring tips and tricks, and cover clients' cases. My name is Paulina. I'm the community manager at iSpring, and I will be the moderator for today's webinar. And we're going to be talking about how to create a conversation simulation from scratch with iSpring TalkMaster. And as a presenter, I have invited my colleague from Technical Support Department, Sophia. Hi, Sophia. How are you doing today?
Hi, Pauline. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. And what about you?
I'm doing wonderful. Very happy to be doing this webinar today with you. Um, Sophia will be our presenter today. And also, I would like to mention that this webinar is being recorded, so no worries. You guys will receive a link to replay sometime after the webinar, probably tomorrow. However, I would like to encourage you to stay till the very end because it's a wonderful opportunity to address your questions. To do so, please submit them in the question box, which you will find on the right side of the GoToWebinar panel. Also, I do have my other colleague from Technical Support Department, Stefan Burley, helping us with any questions coming in the chat during this session. So guys, please keep those questions coming. We will be happy to address them. Okay, I think at this point we are ready to begin. And Sophia, let me please pass the mic over to you.
Thanks, Paulina. Just one sec.
Sure.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Wonderful. Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing great. Today, I'm moderate step by step how to build a conversation simulation from scratch and create parallel scenario branching depending on the user's answer. Okay, guys, we have a lot to go over today, so let's get started. This webinar will be fully devoted to creating a conversation simulation like the one you see on my screen with iSpring TalkMaster. I think you're wondering what iSpring TalkMaster is. Well, iSpring TalkMaster allows you to build your own conversation simulations that effectively train and assess communication skills. Plus, you can implement any kind of case scenario, choose a suitable character and location from the built-in libraries, or upload your own. Besides, you can enhance dialogues with voiceovers and many other interesting features that I will show you later today. Let's imagine that you're a sales manager in a car dealership and your main goal is to close the deal. To successfully do that, you have to politely meet a new guest and correctly go within the entire dialogue. This way, your learners will train and improve their communication skills and learn from their mistakes without making them in real life while working with people. In the opened window, you can see the first scene of this dialogue simulation with the following description. Welcome to the Fast Motors Automotive Dealership Showroom. You're a salesperson and your goal for today is to prepare a client to purchase a new car. Here's your new client. The scene is changed. And now we see our first guest entering the car dealership. Here I will select the answer, wait for a couple minutes so that the guest has enough time to look at the cars. After that, you will see a message that we did everything right. Now let's go to the next scene to meet our guest. We need to respond to her and greet her politely. Okay, let's select the first answer and go to the next scene. So here I have three options on how to continue this dialogue. Let's select the correct answer to proceed further and so on. As you can see, we also have voiceovers in our dialogue simulation. Recently, my colleague Olga conducted a webinar called How I Create iSpring Demos in 6 Simple Steps, where you can find very useful information on how to craft content like iSpring demos fast and easy, and collect source material for your work. You can find this webinar on our official website. By the way, Paulina has already shared a link to this webinar in the chat. So today, guys, we will dive into hands-on training. We will create a mini version of the car sale dialogue simulation with 16 scenes to show you the main idea. Now let me close the preview mode and open the downloaded folder called Resource Files. Basically, Paulina gave you a link in the chat so that you can download it. In the Resource Files folder, you will find everything you need to recreate the full dialogue at your own pace. All the materials, such as text messages and voiceovers, I will take exactly from this folder. I need these files for further inserting into our simulation. Guys, could you tell me please, did you download all the resource files? If you didn't have time, you can easily do this right now. And what files will I use? Let me quickly show all of them. I will use the text from the script docx file and voiceovers from the car dialogue audio narration folder that will be added to our dialogue further. Let me open the script docx file first. If you take a look at the scripts, you will see the character speech that you will copy and paste to appropriate fields while creating a scene. Here, you will also see some icons next to the text. An icon with person is a character speech, a word bubble is a message, and arrows are responses. Guys, how the things are going at this point? Are you ready to start creating the same dialogue by yourself? Please let me know in the chat. Oh, that's great. Okay, then let's click on Start menu and find iSpring TalkMaster. If you have iSpring Suite 9, then you will find the iSpring TalkMaster module in the iSpring Suite 9 folder. Here. You can also open iSpring TalkMaster right in iSpring Suite 9 and make it a part of your course. So, in the opened window, click where it says New Simulation to start creating dialogue. So, what do we see? This is a blank area where we will create some scenario scenes and manage our future tree. I will start creating our new dialogue by adding a scene number 1 with a character and 3 response options. I will find the Scenes section on the main toolbar and click where it says New Scene. Here you can see 3 main tabs like Content, Images, and Properties. Let's take a look at these 3 tabs in more detail. In the Content tab, you will copy and paste the character speech, messages, and replies from our script docx file. Here you can add a character to the specific scene by clicking on this gray area and change the character's emotion however you want. As for the bottom controls, you can preview the specific scene by clicking on the play icon and makes the scene a start scene if you click on the flag icon. If you have a big tree structure and want to preview the dialog only from the specific scene, then option of setting up a flag will save you a huge amount of time. To delete the scene, just click on this button. Now let's go to the Images tab. Here you can set up backgrounds and character for your dialog simulation. Basically, you are able to add background images and characters in 3 different ways. First, you can select from the built-in library. If for any reason these backgrounds don't fit your content perfectly, you're welcome to insert your own, and that will be the second way. The last way is to add background from Content Library by clicking on Add from Content Library. So let's close this window. And in the last Properties tab, you can change the color of each scene however you want. Why do we need to do that? Different colors allow for easy navigation among specific information blocks within our dialog tree. Great. Now we can return back to the Images tab and set up background of a dealership for our scene. Let's click here. Since our background image is located in the built-in section, let's select this picture and make it our background for the entire dialog. Now I think we are ready to add a character to our dialog. Click on the characters area here. It seems like this picture isn't in the built-in section, so I will choose another character, for example, this one. Let's go back to the Content tab. Now we have to copy and paste some already prepared. Click where it says Add Reply 3 times to create 3 answers. Then I will go to the Resource Files folder. Then open the script.txt file, this one, and copy the first reply for the scene number 1. And I will paste it in the box under the character speech. Then I will do the same thing with other replies. Just copy and paste them in the appropriate fields. Now I will stop for a moment because I want to ask you guys if you have been able to repeat everything after me, or do I need to slow down or maybe speed up the pace of my speech? Please share your opinion in the question box on the right side of the GoToWebinar panel, because it's really important to us to know that. And I will definitely adjust the pace based on your requests. Oh, thank you very much for all the comments, guys. So, I will stay at the same pace. Thank you very much. Okay, let's preview our scene. Now I think that our first scene is done. My congratulations, guys. Before closing the preview window, let me cover the main controls on the top bar. You can return back to the previous scene in the preview mode if you click where it says previous scene. The reply button allows you to play this scene from start. And if you click on the edit scene, you will be redirected to the window with the content, images, and properties tabs to continue editing the current scene. And in our last updates of iSpring Suite 9.7, you will have other options like you can preview this project's appearance on a desktop, for example. So you will have the additional panel with multiple options like project's appearance on desktop or a laptop, and on a tablet and mobile phone in landscape and portrait modes. You will be able to uh, see this appearance right in iSpring TalkMaster. Okay, guys, now we are ready to create the next scene. I will share with you one more interesting tip that will save you a huge amount of time. There is no need to create a new scene by clicking on the New Scene button. You can just select the response you want and drag the link to create a new scene. Now let's do this together. Let's mouse over this link icon next to the first response. And when you see the text, drag to link, just click it and drag a new scene wherever you want. Then release the mouse button to create the second scene that will be linked with the previous one automatically, as you can see on my screen. Well, I hope I didn't tire you out a lot. May I ask you guys, do you have any questions about some of the steps, or do I need to repeat something again?
There are some questions right now, but I think you can keep going because Stefan is already started responding to them.
Okay, thank you very much. Um, let's continue editing our scene number 2 by going to properties. Here I will select the green color for the current scene to highlight the first info block. By the way, you will notice that all these images remain unchanged. This is because an option called Same as Previous Scene was automatically applied to the next scenes in our dialog. And let me show you where you can find it. I just click on a character and see this option here, Same as Previous Scene. Okay, let's go to the Content tab and add here a message with the text. So click on option called Add Message, then go to the Word docx file, copy this message, and paste it here. Great, here it is. Our second scene is done. Now I will tell you about one very important thing that you should keep in mind. And let me show you an example first. So I will create a scene number 3 by dragging the link to the blank space and add one response option here. Basically, it doesn't matter what text you will type there. After that, I create a scene number 4. For example, this one. And then I realized that I do not want to keep the scene number 3 in my dialog. So I will delete the scene. As you can see, the numbering will remain as is. So we have scene number 2 and number 1 and number 4. And even if I try to recreate the scene number 3, the scene number 5 is created. At this point, I will delete the scene number 5 and return back to scene number 4 to complete editing it. And I will also link the second scene with the fourth one. So this scene will remain green, and I will create one response, character speech. I will paste them from the script here. And I will add one response. And paste it here. Okay, let's go and create the scene number 5. Just drag this link and release the mouse button. Okay, let's go back to our docx file, and here I will copy and paste the text. Then I will click on add message and paste the text. Okay. Now we are ready to create a type of scenario, what I call parallel scenario branches. So let me return back to the original dialog. Just one moment. And show you the example. As you can see on my screen, the scene number 6 has 2 responses that both lead to the correct path, to the scene number 10 and to the scene number 9. So what is the difference? If we select the first response, this one, then a learner will be redirected right to the next info block. However, if you take a look at the second branch, this one, that has more scenes than the first one, this means that a learner probably doubted the answer. So these additional scenes will fill the gap in knowledge and allow your learners to recollect the missed information or facts in their memory. So let me go back to a new dialog. Oh, one moment, please. Yeah, I think I will do this thing. So I will drag our scene here and add message and paste it. Wonderful. And the scene will remain green. Okay, now we are ready to create the scene number 6. So, yes. So I will drag this link and remain the scene here. After that, please go back to the scene number 6. And here you have 2 responses. So add replies, paste it here, and add the second reply. Wonderful. And as you can see, we do not have character speech here. Okay. Let's create the scene number 7. So I will drag this link and put this in here. First, I will make the scene red because it's a dead end for our dialog. So it means that a dialog will be finished and learners can't move forward or go back to the previous scene. So they will need to start over the entire dialog. Instead of using a dead end and sending your learners back to the very beginning of a dialog, you can send them to the previous scene by linking the dead ends with it. So let's go back to our script and copy and paste the text for the dead end. Add a message. Here it is. And I will create the scene number 8. That will be the second dead end, actually. So as you can see, the scene is has already red color. So I will go back to the script and copy and paste the message here. By the way, we have to change the character's emotion for our dead end. So I will change the emotion to puzzled, and I will do the same thing for the previous scene. Wonderful. Now we are ready to create scene number 9, I think. Yes. So I will select the first response and drag this link here. This will be our scene number 9, and I will make it blue scene. And then I will go back to my script and paste the character speech first. And then I will add 3 replies. The first one, the second one, and the last one. Let me quickly check everything. Great. Okay, let me quickly preview this scene. Wonderful. So now I'm ready to create scene number 10. So I will drag this link here, release the mouse button, and yes, that will be seen with the green color. And now I will copy and paste the text and add a message. Here it is, our scene number 10. I will create the scene number 11. Let me go back to the script and copy the character speech and add a reply. So this is the scene number 11. Okay. So then I will create the scene number 12. Here I will copy this text again for the character speech, and also I will add 3 replies here, 3 responses. Copy and paste the first reply, then copy and paste the second one, and the last one. Okay, scene number 13. So let me just do this thing. Check our tree structure to make it clear. Okay, great. Now I will create the 13th scene from the first response, actually. From the third one, sorry, guys. So create the scene number 13 from the third response here. Then I will go back to my script and add character speech and response, one response. Wonderful. So if I go back to script, I will see that we have to copy the message for the scene number 14. Let's quickly create it. So I will drag the link from the first response and click on Add Message and copy and paste the text. That's it. And scene number 15. Just create a scene by dragging this link, put this in here, and now we have to copy the character speech and create two responses. Just copy and paste the text. And also check your responses for extra spaces in your dialogue. Okay. And now we have to create scene number 16. This scene will be our dead end, the second dead end. So drag this link from the second response of the scene number 12. Drag it here, for example. And now copy the text, goodbye, and a message. Also, I will make the scene red, and in the content tab, I will change the character's emotion to puzzled, and I will do the same thing for their scene number 14. Yes. For the scene number 14, I will make our character puzzled. And I will do the same thing for the scene number 15. The last step is to link the scene number 13 with the scene number 9. So let me drag the scenes to create a structure. Wonderful. And now I'm able to link the scenes. Okay. One moment. Let's compare with the original dialogue. So this one, I think. My congratulations, guys. We are done with our mini version of the dialogue. And to make our dialogue simulation more engaging, we can add a voice to it. First, we need to click where it says voiceover. Here. Here, you can see a script with all messages, replies, and character speech on the left pane of the opened window. As you can see on this pane, we have several ways to record and import voiceovers. If you want to add voice to your dialogue, you can send the exported script to professional artists or make the voiceovers by yourself. So let me show you how to export ready-made scripts. Just click on the Export button and select the option called Export Scripts. Then select Directory on your computer, save the script, and so on. So this script is very intuitive, and easy to understand. Let me continue by showing you how you can record your voice for the scenes. Basically, there are two ways to do this. You can press this red button next to each response to start recording your narration, or select the scene you need and go to record. I will click this red button to start recording. In the small opened window, I want to show you a very useful and convenient option called narration scripts. Here you can easily see the text from this scene and read it while recording. Narration scripts will help you save time and allow you to read your script without printing anything or constantly switching to any text editors. Now I will record a short narration and insert it into our scene as a response to the character's speech. For example, I will select this one. Okay, I will show a narration script and will record. Sure, I will be right over there if you have any questions. Here it is. Well done. If you are in the resource files folder with all resources, you can find another folder called Car Dialogue Audio Narration Files. This one. In this folder, you can find a lot of pre-recorded audio narrations with strange names, and now I will explain to you why I named them that way. Now we will import all these audio narrations into our simulation automatically. And how can we do this? First, you can import files individually by clicking the import icon on the respective message. I will select this scene and click on the import from file. However, I want to focus on how to import all these audio files from the folder automatically to our scenes. Let's open our scripts again. And now you will see the script text and the file names needed for bulk import. Here, where it says file name. Make sure that you match the particular recording with the corresponding file name, or inform your voice actors about that. Now I go back to my folder with voiceovers, and you can see that their names coincide with the file names in our script. To add all voiceovers at once, I will use bulk import. To do so, let's click Import, Bulk Import, and select all the files in the voiceover folder. You can use the combination Control-A on a keyboard and click Open. Basically, you can import wave.mp3 and .wma files. That's it. So as you can see on my screen, there are 21 imported files out of 161 because we have only 16 scenes. However, if you import these files directly to the original dialog, you will not see this window. How the things are going, guys? I'm wondering if you were able to repeat all these steps after me. Please let me know in the chats.
I'm actually wondering about that too. I hope you guys at least were able to catch some of the tips that Sophia was sharing. And also, I want to mention one more time. I already sent this message in the chat, but I just wanted to say one more time that the recording will be available. So, guys, no worries. If you didn't catch something, you will have a chance to repeat this later.
Thank you, Paulina. In this case, I will keep going. Okay, let me continue editing our dialogue by showing you how to manage your scoring in TalkMaster. So let me close voiceover mode, go back to the dialogue. iSpring TalkMaster also allows you to assign points for final scenes only or for each response option. If you have a relatively simple linear structure, awarding points for final scenes will work fine. You can easily use your dialogue as a practice tool without any score system and also as a knowledge check. In our case, we will use it to practice. So, if you wish to test your learner's knowledge, I will show you how to add points. For branching scenarios, a cumulative score is a better choice. With a cumulative score, your learners collect points on each scene or get penalty points for incorrect replies. As a result, the final score shows the difference in students' performance. Okay, let's assign points for our scene number 1. Let's go to the Properties tab here on the main toolbar and mark the option Enable Simulation Evaluation here. Click OK. Then I will go back to the scene number 1 and now I will assign points to responses. Let's grant 10 points for every correct reply and negative. Then I will open the scene number 6, for example, and grant 10 points for the first response and 5 for the second one. After granting all the points, let's get back to the Properties tab. And here you can see the maximum score for our simulation. For example, I will set 10 points as a passing score for our dialogue. And click OK. Now we can customize the color scheme and style of our dialogue. And to do so, let's click where it says Player. And a new window will pop up. In the Main tab, you can enable options to show a title of a dialogue simulation here as a separate module. Sorry. Show title and to show emotion meter. Or you can disable them. Also, you can display score. You score a maximum score or turn it off. Okay, let's go to the next tab called Playback and Navigation. Here, you will be able to configure the navigation settings for the dialogue. So if you upload your dialogue simulation as a separate module to any LMS or resource, then I would recommend to choose which scene to display when reopening. By selecting Prompt to Resume, here, your learners can choose from what point they want to continue the dialogue, from the scene at which they stopped or from the beginning. If you choose Always Resume, Then the dialog will always open from the scene that the user stopped on the last time. And the last option is always start over. In this case, the dialog simulation will always be opened from the beginning. Let's click Colors to customize the color of the player elements to make it look in the same stylistic fits with the simulation or corporate colors of the organization. The player comes with several pre-designed color schemes, and you can choose a scheme from the Color Scheme drop-down menu. For example, this one, yellow. The player allows customizing colors of all its elements and saving them as a custom preset. On the Text Labels tab, you're able to edit text messages and button labels of the player. To apply all the settings in the player, just click on Apply and Close. The last step is to publish our dialog to show you how it works. So let's click where it says Publish to see all available options. In the opened window, you will see different tabs. You can publish to My Computer to save the converted dialog on a local disk for further distribution via the internet. And you can also publish to iSpring Cloud, our cloud storage, to our learning management system called iSpring Learn, and to LMS so that you can create this SCORM package for further uploading it to your LMS. And if you'd like your learners to be able to view this dialog across the mobile devices, you need to make sure to check the option Use iSpring Play app on mobile devices. Okay, guys, let's publish our dialog by selecting the My Computer tab to take a look at the ready-made dialog in the browser. So let's give it a name first. For example, car sales. Okay. The fit simulation to browser window and quality for high quality representation. Okay, and I will click publish. So here I will click on View Browser and select Google Chrome to make it play. Here it is. That's all, guys. Now you can create an amazing dialog that is an interactive way to practice communication skills of your employees, for example. At this point, I'm ready to start a Q&A session and answer all your questions.
Thank you so much, Sophia. We really appreciate this session, and I hope you guys, all our attendees, found it useful and learned something new today so that you can, like Sophia mentioned, make your content even more interactive. And before we start Q&A, I would like to mention just one more time that the replay for this webinar will be available. I'll be sharing it sometime tomorrow, so guys, no worries. If you joined us a little later, you will have some time to catch up with the content provided during this webinar. And let's start Q&A.
Sure.
So Sherry is asking, can you preview before publishing?
Sure, you can preview as many as you want, actually. Basically, I have another version of iSpring Suite at this moment. So if you have the latest updates of iSpring Suite, you will be able to find the control panel with where you can just um, preview your dialect simulation, like on a desktop or on a laptop, then on a mobile phone, etc., and also on tablet. And yes, so you can do both things to preview your dialect or to publish however you want. So it doesn't matter actually. For example, you can publish a presentation when you want to see the final results in the browser window. And you can also preview if you want to see the results um, inside the iSpring TalkMaster window.
Thank you very much, Sophia and Sherry. I do hope that answers your question. There is also another question from Cynthia. She's asking, do you have information on how to develop a script for this kind of simulation? Yes, we actually do, and we did have the whole webinar on how to prepare this type of training in terms of process, how to collect information, how to organize it, and then how to put it, how to, yes, put it in the form of a dialogue. So I will be sharing the link to, oh, I'm sorry, just one moment. Yes, so I'll be sharing a link to this webinar with all of you guys one more time in the chat section. So I do hope that helps. And also, iSpring Play app on mobile device was not clicked, and she's wondering what does this function do if clicked? Could you please explain, Sophia?
Sure, let's go to Publish window and you will see the option called Use iSpring Play app on mobile devices. I didn't check this option because I just published my presentation to computer. So if you want to see the results on the mobile device, such as tablet or a mobile phone, then and especially if you have our application called iSpring Play, then you will be able. Then I would recommend um, checking this option, and after that, you will be able to view your presentation, course, dialect simulation in our app actually. So for example, you can, okay, if you, for example, use iSpring Cloud, then you can generate a link that can be shared with your learners further. So you can just copy this link, then paste it in the browser. And after that, you will see two main options to view this presentation or course in a browser, in a mobile browser, or to view this presentation of course directly right in iSpring Play app. So
Thank you. Yeah, Trisha, I hope that answers your question. And also, William is asking, can you share a link to the document and not entire webinar instead? A script template would be helpful. So yes, in the resource folder, Sophia, could you please open the resource folder?
sure, one sec.
Yes, here's the link for it just one more time. I'm sending it in the chat. If you download this resource folder, you will find a doc file that's called script.doc. In this folder, which is basically the script, and you are more than welcome to use it as a script template. Hope that helps.
By the way, this script is um, for the original dialect with 104 scenes. So please keep in mind.
Yeah, we challenge you guys to actually try and recreate the whole dialogue to practice. But I'm sure that it's going to be easy for all of you ice bringers. Thank you very much for joining us today, by the way. Since we do not have any other questions at the moment, because Stefan has been so helpful and took care of all of them coming during the session, thank you very much, Stefan, for doing that. I think we are ready to wrap up our today's webinar. I would like to thank all of you for joining us today. We do hope that you learned something new. And if you have any topic recommendations or anything you would like to learn more about, please share in the comments right now, because we will be more than happy to deliver even better content for you guys. And we always very much enjoy doing these sessions. Again, the replay will be available sometime tomorrow. I always share it on our website as well as the YouTube channel. So if you guys, by the way, let me share the link to our webinar section on the website with you in the chat. You're more than welcome to keep up with our regular schedule as well as the watch all the previous sessions there. And also, let me send the link to our YouTube channel, because we do have a lot of really useful content that I'm sure you guys will enjoy shared right there. So I sent the link to you right now. Daniel, yes, the files to download link are in the email that we sent to you earlier prior to the webinar, so you will find them there. And you're more than welcome to use all the info. I think I will also share the link to the resources with you in the follow-up email, and you will also find it on our website in the webinar section that I shared with you in the chat. So yes, okay. So I think we can finish today positive vibe, and I would like to thank all of you guys for joining us today. Thanks to you, Sophia, for doing such a webinar. I'm sorry, such a wonderful presentation, and also thanks to you, Stefan, for taking care of the questions. Bye, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sophia. Bye, Stefan.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.